evening, everyone. Welcome to WCUA's coverage of Catholic University Ice Hockey. I'm Giuliano Luca, happy to be with you tonight as your Cardinals will face off against the CUA Hockey Alumni. Live from the Laurel Ice Gardens in Laurel, Maryland, it's the third annual Alumni Challenge game. But we have some good news regarding the Catholic Cardinals state regarding playoffs. Now, if you have to excuse me, last game, or a couple games ago against William & Mary, we thought the Cardinals were eliminated when they lost 8-1 against the Tribe. And we had said they needed to win that game and then the following two games against CNU to make playoffs. Well, it turns out it's actually a 12-team bracket and not a 10-team bracket. And the Cardinals have clinched with that win over CNU and the forfeit win that they had. The Cardinals actually have clinched either the 11th seed or the 12th seed in the playoffs. So congratulations to the Cardinals. They are back in the playoffs for the first time in 2 seasons. It's good to be back. Now for CUA, they will be either the 11th seed if Penn State loses 1 out of 3 games this weekend, and they'll be the 12th seed if Penn State wins all 3. So right now, Penn State did win last night against Westchester, 6-1, and they're currently playing Westchester again right now. So we'll get a score update later. We'll let you know what happens with that. So if Penn State loses, they will play Maryland on Thursday at 7 p.m., and if Penn State wins all 3, they will play Georgia 9:45 p.m. on Thursday. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. But it's good to be back here for the alumni game. All the former players coming back and facing off against the current Cardinal team. And the alumni are trying to stay perfect with their record. They are 2-0 in previous alumni games, and the Cardinals are trying to, current Cardinal team, if you excuse me, are trying to get a victory for the first time in 3 tries. So earlier, they had the Cardinal seniors come out for a quick lap, just to give them a quick extra few laps by themselves, as there was no senior night last night. As we had a nice celebration at the Dufour Center for the seniors on the Catholic Cardinals team. But the season is not yet over. Last year when we had the alumni game, it was the end of an interesting season. But the season is not over yet. Cardinals big game Thursday, but today they are ready to have some fun against their former selves in a way. So for in net for the current Cardinals team, Caden Van, the native of Springfield, Virginia. As a freshman, Van has a record of 1-0 alongside a goals against average of 5 and a save percentage of .875. He last played against Gettysburg in the East Coast Showdown Tournament, making 30 saves on 35 shots, and he looks for his second career win tonight. Well, kind of. It's an alumni game, but I guess you can put it to your record. Why not? In net for the alumni is actually going to be David Zapp. Coach Tommy couldn't make it tonight, one of the Cardinals' former goalie coaches. He couldn't make it tonight. His wife is in labor. So we hope all goes well. Congratulations. Hope all goes well. And hopefully he'll be back next year. No referees for tonight's game either, so we're going to have a running clock for this game. We have 21 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll get that on the scoreboard for now. Well, we can't actually get a score above 20 minutes, so we're going to leave it until it gets to 20 and then run the clock. But David Zapp in net for the alumni, Andover, New Jersey native. So far in his senior season, he's posted a 6-1 record, a .286 goals against average, and a .905 save. He last played against CNU, making several strong saves to help clinch a playoff spot. That was a big win. We didn't realize, nobody did. Nobody realized that the Cardinals needed to win that game to clinch a playoff spot, and maybe they played better, not knowing. But either way, they have clinched, and now it's time to enjoy the 3rd annual alumni game. Cardinals looking for their first win. The current Cardinals team, if I may add. So, picking up that puck back in the neutral zone and now skating through center at the left side is the former captain, Nick Lehan, blazing into the middle, bouncing puck, looking for the man at center. I believe that was Travis Duchesne trying to pick up that loose puck. Now Lehan trying to get to it. You have to excuse me, I'm not exactly sure which players are which. They are. Some of them are in just white jerseys, but we'll do our best. Now here's Lehan at the point, being overtaken by Finnegan. Finnegan cuts in, he shoots. Oh, and a nice save from David Zapp in the alumni game. What a save. My goodness, David Zapp going all out. So interesting, you have a current player on the alumni squad, but due to no alumni goaltender, that's what you have to do. You have to fill in, and David Zapp's done a good job so far. Here's Dennis Jenneru moving through center. 5-year player for the Cardinals. Spectacular player, one of the most talented players they've had in this program, and he's overtaken. Looked like Joey Henry was able to clear momentarily, and he got it ahead to Greg Malebeabus, trying to get it for the Cardinals. Loose puck at center, taken back by Dennis Jenneru. At the left side, cuts in. holds, waits, looks for the pass back door, and it's just pushed wide of the cage. Now getting to it up in the ozone, I believe, was one of the alumni. I couldn't tell who it was. There's a shot from the point, I believe, by head coach Steven Terenzia, who is playing in his second alumni game, I believe. Or his third, excuse me. And he said multiple times he wants to try and score on Danny Mark or on Caden Van, and we'll see if he can tonight. Look at that clock running for you. 19:25 to go here in the first period. I'll leave that clock running. As here comes Matthew McQueenie, his first alumni game. He missed last year's with an illness, but he is on the ice for the Cardinals in the alumni game here. Loose puck again at center. It's overskated for a moment. It's going to roll to Caden Van, and he'll leave it for Matthew Hornick. Hornick, 4-year player, maybe back next year for a 5th year or for a master's program. We're not too sure yet, so it could be his last game in the last few games with the playoffs coming up. We're not too sure yet. Now overtaking the puck at center is Connor Santos. Drops it off, taking the shot on Van from the slide. I believe no, not Brendan Scott, excuse me. I thought it was for a moment, but it's not Scott. And now taken back by McQueenie in the ozone. He's marked by Scott. Queenie passed down low to Frankie Merge. Had an open net. He couldn't tuck it home. Now pass in the slot to Brenner. That's off the mark, and the alumni are able to clear all the way out. Try and get this long feed ahead. Overtaken by Matthew Hornick, who has speed at center. Hornick holds, waits, dekes around one, and had the puck knocked off his stick. Takes a shot. Also missed the cage. Back out towards the line at Deininger. He's taken over. Jacob Foster up in the play. One of the defensemen for the past couple of years for CUA. He had a break and cut in and lost the puck at the last second as he was overtaken. Cardinals trying to find it in the ozone. Now here comes Schwarzwalder. Has it. Schwarzwalder with, I believe, 51 goals on the season. Or not on the season, as all-time as a Cardinal. And haven't had that a lot in the program's history. But he is, yes, actually one of 4 50-goal scorers for the Cardinals. Congratulations to him. Very impressive feat that he has accomplished. Now at the right side point, Connor Desjardins looking for the tip down low. Combs gets to it. Tried to center. Trying to clear the alumni. They're able to get it up to Foster. He was looking for a break, but Henry, excuse me, up in the play, up in the slot now. Waits, holds it, looking for an open lane. Henry down low. Passes back out towards Desjardins. He's out of the zone, so the Cardinals will have to regroup with 17:23 remaining here in the first. Now, loose puck again, going wide, taking his Henry. Taking the shot and missing completely. Oh my goodness, may have been hopefully a dump. And now Desjardins stuck, and he got Jenneru on a breakaway. From the bench, Jenneru. One forehand and backhand, and did that puck go in? It did. Between the legs. No, it didn't. Oh, what a save from Van. It looked like Dennis Jenneru had gone between the legs for a nice goal. And Caden Van made the save with the blocker. Nice play. Nice save from the young goaltender. Now, cutting in was Gabriel in on David Zapp, and he'll make the save. Zapp plays it and leaves it for Brendan Scott. 5-year player for the Cardinals for a number of years. Passes up to his buddy, Dennis Jenneru. Jenneru with speed at the left side. Has it. Gets around one. Cuts it across the slot. Lost the puck in doing so. And trying to hold on to that puck. He's got it at the point. Plays it across. Holding back to Terenzio. Down low. Backdoor pass. My goodness. What a goal from the alumni. Nick Lehan with the finish. And the alumni are up 1-0. So, Terenzio with the assist, Nick Lehan the payoff, and I believe the setup from Jenneru. All 4 of them never played together. Well, Scott did, and Scott and Lehan did, but not Terenzio. He graduated in 2019 and also won a championship with the Cardinals. And now, as you may know, he is the head coach of the Catholic Cardinals as well for the past couple of seasons. Here's a big save from David Zapp as it was brought in on goal. Zapp with a nice save. Plays it over to his defense, Steven Terenzio. Terenzio looking for an open lane. Goes off his stick, the close side defenseman, and it's out of play. So both teams looks like both teams are going for a change, but they'll keep it in play. As this pass is lifted up ahead, looking for the stretch pass. I believe that was to Connor Rasmussen. Van will play it up to Matthew Hornick. Hornick, pressured. Plays it up the right side wall, and trying to clear was James Gabriel. He can't. Maxson, I believe, on the puck down low for CUA. Maxson plays it back around, hoping for Rasmussen. He's trying to get to it. May have been interfered with a little bit, but play continues. Here's Deininger with speed. Deininger has it. Terenzio watches him. Geininger, pass across, broken up. I believe that may be Duchesne. Here is Duchesne versus Hornick. Duchesne has it. Good stick. Oh, Duchesne gets it back, though, off the wall and takes the shot on Van. I believe he got a piece as it deflected off his shoulder. Stays in play with 14:43 to go here in the first. So, long feed up ahead. Getting it is Gabriel. Takes the shot loosely in on goal, and David Zapp is not able to cover it. It's loose back by the side of the cage. And now David Zapp will cover and play it out to Brendan Scott. Scott into the middle to Rasmussen. Long feed, I believe it was Maxon, and now a long feed across. Open man is Billy Bongrad. Has it. Holds it back behind the cage, looking for the centering feed, and broken up by McQueen. He could have a breakaway if he gets to it, but Connor Santos plays the puck away from him and also loses an edge as well, going down to the ice. So puck is loose again at center. Santos trying to keep the man to the perimeter. Desjardins trying to walk in, and Connor Santos holding Desjardins into the corner. Play continues as it rolls back out towards the point. Stepping up, I believe, was McQueenie, and it's kept in the O-zone at the point. McQueenie, toe drag move, gets it free. Waiting, looking for the pass. Pass into the middle to Brunner. He couldn't finish it, missed the net wide. And now trying to clear the Alumni, and they are able to as they kick it back to the skates of the far man up ahead. Still in the O-zone, and now it's turned over. If the Cardinals with speed, if they hurry, they have a chance, but the Alumni are now back as Foster's on the ice for the defense. Here's McQueenie, has it. Skates around back behind. Floats it into the middle. Cavanaugh trying to get to it for the Alumni, as is Terenzio. Terenzio will, plays it up to Scott, but turns it over to McQueenie in the high slot. McQueenie waits, takes the shot, and he missed the net. Maybe David Zapp got a piece. Now, Catholic pressuring. Hornick lets it go. David Zapp with the snag. Nice save. 13 minutes remaining here in the first period. It might just be, no, excuse me, I thought it was going to be a 2 halves, but it's just going to be, it will be 3 periods, but no ice cuts in between. Be a quick game today. Good to see both teams back. Coach Will Johnson, I believe, will also be making an appearance. I think he's coming a little bit later, but the former head coach of the Cardinals, who did a lot in boosting this program, a very successful coach. Talk about him in a moment here, as here comes Schwarzwater, drops it to Hornick, taking the shot, he missed the net. Geininger now trying to keep it, he's not able to, it rolls back out to center. And yes, Coach Will Johnson, coached for, I believe, close to 10 years. He was an assistant coach at one point and became the head coach for the Catholic Cardinals, won 2 championships. He introduced the Washington Ice Dogs Day, did a lot for the program, a very successful coach, and very impressive too. He never played a ton of hockey growing up and stepped into the role of coach, and he was a very successful coach for the Catholic Cardinals. Got to give him some credit. One of the Cardinals, or excuse me, one of the coaches that really put CUA on the map in some respects in the D3 collegiate level. So congratulations to him. He always does a great job, and good. We'll be happy to see him later today when he shows up. Here's a long shot in on Van by, I believe, Duchesne, and the save made by Van with the blocker. Nice save. So it comes free once again. Cardinals able to get to it. Hornick has it at the line around Foster, trying to get around Nick Lehan. He just kicks it ahead as Nick Lehan was kind of impeding his progress as Terenzio has it. Goes to the forehand, plays it up ahead to Duchesne, and Duchesne with speed being chased down by Scott, but Duchesne gets away, taking the shot, and they score. It beats Caden Van over the blocker, and the Alumni have opened up a 2-0 lead. Duchesne, another player on the Cardinals who had 50-plus goals as a Cardinal, one of the all-time leading scorers for CUA, makes it 2-0 in favor of the Alumni team. So nothing new. We'll see a ton of goals in this game. I guarantee you this game will be at least a 10-8 game or something of that matter. It always just tends to be when both teams play against each other. Not a lot of defense played, as you can tell already. So here's a long feed up ahead. Oh my goodness, Finnegan had a break, but he couldn't get his stick on it. Here's David Zapp out of his net to play it up ahead to Connor Santos. He was the captain for his last year as a Cardinal. The 23-24 season, very successful season for the Cardinals. 3rd seed in the playoffs, unfortunately won out in the first round against Loyola, but the Cardinals, here's a bouncing puck, and it deflects in. 3-0. Dennis Generu batted that out of the air, I believe, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Alumni squad. Unlucky bounce for Van. But Dennis Generu, right place, right time, batting it out of the air. Not anything out of the ordinary for Dennis Generu. But as we were saying, yes, the 23-24 season, a very successful one for the Cardinals. won the division on the second to last day of the season. And they haven't won the division since, but they did make the playoffs this year. It really is what matters more or less. Obviously, you want a higher seed, but yes, the Cardinals were the number 3 seed in the playoffs a couple years back. A strong season led by Jenneru, Santos, Lehan, Hornick. His sophomore season, that was the year he was named ACC Defenseman of the Week and also ACC Defenseman of the Year. So a lot of accolades in that 23-24 year. Hornick, 49 points. Spectacular year. A lot of points for a defenseman. Spectacular year. Cardinals trying to get back to that level. And Connor Santos and Dennis Jenneru were strong leaders in that locker room. Cardinals try and find similar leaders of this year, and they have. And obviously in the future as well. So 9 minutes remaining here in the first period. There's a bouncing puck. It rolls to Santos, who steps into a shot, and it's deflected into the corner. Trying to get to it again. But play it back into the middle at the right side. It's Gabriel. Gabriel had his stick lifted, and Santos says, not today. He'll clear that one out. Santos with a little bit more of authority than usual on that clear out. He's been a little bit more lax, but that time you saw it come right to him, and as he's banging his stick, he wants that puck on his stick. He wants a goal, and I can't blame him. Has a good shot, too. Had a couple clutch goals for the Cardinals. Connor Santos, he had a big goal against William and Mary to send the game to overtime at the first ever game at Wheaton Ice Arena. Tied the game with a minute left. Dennis Jenneru won in overtime on a penalty shot. We talked about that game a bunch this year. But Santos, one of his bigger goals as a Cardinal. There's a long shot in on Davids. That makes the save as he's snowed by Matthew Hornick. He'll leave it for Terenzio. He has it with 7:56 to go here in the first. Terenzio plays it to the right side. I believe that is Nolan. Don't have his last name listed on the sheet my sheet here. Nolan, one of the former Catholic defensemen, I believe of years past. I don't believe in the last 5 to 10 years. I believe it may be a little longer than that. But good to see older alumni in the game as well. Now here's Foster with a step. Takes the shot in on Vanny. Makes the save. Comes loose. Foster trying to battle for it. Deininger gets to it. Trying to clear, looking for an option. But playing it up ahead to Weidenkampf. It's intercepted by Terenzio, who steps up in the play. Here he comes. Terenzio around one, holding, taking the shot, and Caden Van with the glove takes that one away. Oh, Caden Van shutting the door that time. Terenzio's been looking for a goal in the alumni game for quite some time. They'll have to wait again. Here's Jenneru with a ripper, and he missed it just by off close side off the boards. And now it's cleared out through center, getting to it, holding and waiting. Now pass into the middle. Santos up ahead to Jenneru. He'll leave it up ahead. I believe it's Nick Lehan. He's offsides. It's called out by the Cardinal bench. No referees here, so you have to go into by the honor code. Here's Santos. Oh, he faked it, dumping, and he defended on the puck. Nolan Scott jumping for it, trying to get to it, and Santos recovers and able to play it up ahead to the open man, Duchesne. Duchesne has it. Toe drag. Not today, says Desjardins on defense. Nice stick. Still trying to clear. Cardinals can't get to it. Bouncing puck down low to Duchesne. Pass back door, intercepted, still loose in the O-zone. Jenneru gets it back, had it roll off his stick. Shoreswater has it again. Looking for the open lane as Shoreswater has it at the left side. Trying to get around Jenneru, and Jenneru with the stick says no. Pass through his legs, finds Duchesne. What a pass. Here's Duchesne now taking the shot. Van got a piece and plays it into the boards in the corner. 5:50 to go here in the first. Long feed up ahead to Henry. And in the middle, Matthew McQueenie. McQueenie has it, had it roll off the stick, and Jenneru up in the play, alertly able to take it away. Jenneru has it at the left side. He waits and plays it back towards the point. I believe that's Scott up in the play. The save made again by Caden Van. Now Duchesne had it, knocked off his stick. Shoreswater has it, holding and waiting, and almost turned over. Now the Cardinals get it out of the zone. Shoreswater has it. Tried to cut around Santos. Didn't happen. Loose puck in the defensive zone. Lehan able to clear. Intercepted back just momentarily at center by Desjardins, and now turned over one more time. Looks like Maxson will get to it. Maxon behind his net, or behind the Cardinal net, looking in front in the slot, hits the man, waits, holds, takes the shot, Van the save, and he's able to get the rebound too as it was shot behind him now, behind the cage. Trying to get to it again, Cardinals trying to keep it alive along the wall. Try and move our camera here to get a better angle for you folks. When you do see this video when it's posted, I'll try and post it tonight after the game. Now, loose puck again, here's a shot from the face-off dot practically. The save made by Van, but he can't cover loose puck. Van may have gotten that as well as he was diving. My goodness, what a save. Now, puck into the feet of Malebabis. Plays it ahead to Merja, who flings it down. Merja the shot. Save made by Zapp with the stick. Loose again. Merja has it and plays it back out towards the point. Henry fakes the shot. Down low to Merja. Takes it. Save made by David Zapp again. It's going to come loose to the right side wall. Played back down low, back behind the cage to Terenzio, who plays it back over to Nolan, I believe. Now up the wall and out of the zone. So Henry again trying to find Merja on the step. Taken away. Loose puck at center. Cardinals need to get their mojo going here. I'm not going to try and be too critical, but they're down 3-0 and looking to try and get some goals on their current teammate still, David Zapp. At the point. Played across. Desjardins a shot. Missed the net. Rebound came back out the other side for Keegan, but he couldn't get a stick on it. And Terenzio able to play it out through center. Try to backhand pass into the middle. Oh, intercepted by Malebabis, and he's on the attack. Now taken back by the Cardinals at center. Brunner has it. Gave it back to Deininger for a moment. He can't get to it either, so it rolls all the way back into the defensive zone. Hornick waits. Has it. Plays it up ahead, hoping for the belief for Will Brunner. Nobody could get it for CUA for a moment. Now they do as Finnegan skates to it. Finnegan holds, rips the shot, blocked into the feet of Connor Santos, but Finnegan still has the puck. Finnegan has it. Plays it back down low for Combs. Santos watches him, and Santos gets to that puck as Combs kind of impedes on his progress a bit. The play continues here. No penalties will be called in this game. You get away with some things if you really try. Deininger waits for his players to get on sides. He has it now. Trying to get around one. Bouncing puck into the middle. Brunner can't get to it either. And here's Connor Santos now. Santos has it. As Kavanaugh is way offside, so we'll have to wait. Stu is at center as Brunner is knocked down by Brendan Scott. Here's a long feed ahead for Finnegan. Finnegan trying to get to it. Freshman from Rockville Center, New York. He's had a good season as a freshman for the Cardinals. I believe this season he has 7 goals on the year. Good for the freshman. 3 assists as well. Good for 10 points in 16 games for Finnegan. Had a couple big goals this year, and he had 2 goals against Penn State main campus in the East Coast Showdown tournament. Had a nice goal against Gettysburg in the game in York, Pennsylvania. A couple big goals. Had a nice goal at the game winner against UMBC. He's been a good find for the Cardinals. He wasn't a commitment player. Didn't commit to the program at all in any way. He's been quite a player for CUA in his freshman season. Now here's Hornick trying to get some space in the O-zone. Taken back by Generu. Long feet ahead, hoping for Duchesne. Van will come out of his net to play it. He'll leave it for Henry. About 1:20 to go here in the first. Don't believe we're going to have any ice cuts either, so we're going to keep on going. Here's Matthew Hornick now. Has it in the O-zone. Takes the shot. He hit the crossbar, and he said it's a goal. Clearly wasn't in. Hit right off the bar. What a shot from Hornick now. But unfortunately, couldn't get it to go. So the current Cardinal squad down 3-0 here. Here's a long feed by Hornick in on David Zapp. Rides high over the cage. And now loose back behind the net. Generu will pick up for the Alumni. Generu with a step. Once he's going, he might as well be gone. Here's Generu now. Cuts it around the side. Around the defense. Generu leaves it in the slot, hoping for the Alumni player in front of him, but he couldn't get to it. Man, oh man. Miss seeing those plays week in and week out. Generu steals at center. Pirouettes around one, but lost the puck, and you've got a 2-on-0 practically. Here's Swartzwater a shot. He missed the net. Oh my goodness, Cardinals with prime chances, and they still can't score. Now here's Nolan Scott, taken away by the poke check of David Zapp. 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Here's Desjardins, has it down low by the goal line, looking to center it. Desjardins has it, waits, Holds, gives it to McQueenie, who tried to. It was blocked away. 8 seconds to go here in the opening stanza. Gabriel has it. He waits, walks it towards the slot, the shot, and the save made by David Zapp as the buzzer goes for the first period. It's 3-0 in favor of the Alumni squad. We'll see how long that really lasts, as the Cardinals have a full bench, and the Alumni team don't have as many players as they did last year. They had about 20 players or so last year, and the Cardinals, obviously they have their 20 guys, but the Alumni only have about 14 skaters. So we'll wait and see what happens here in the second period of our annual Alumni game. A lot of parents here, a lot of friends here as well of the team. It's good to see everybody back. The former parents of some players. Good to see everybody back at the rink here. Rinks nearby Washington, D.C. in the area. We'll be back in a second for the second period. We're back for the second period of the Alumni game here. Alumni up 3-0 after one. Catholic Cardinals' current team trying to get on the score sheet here. More or less, let's have some fun. Here's January, loose puck, rebound. Duchesne scores. 4-0. Didn't take long. The current Cardinals team finds himself in a 4-0 hole. 21-40 to go here in this second period. We'll have a draw back at center once again. McQueenie gets to it off the draw. Trying to find that bouncing puck. Jennery now has it in the left side. Trying to center it off a skate. McQueenie gets to it. Holding. Plays it all the way up ahead for Mercer. It's going to go all the way down. It could be icing, but we're just going to play this here. With 21:40 or 21:10 to go here in the second. We'll change the score clock in a second. When it gets to 20 minutes, when we can run the clock. Our program here doesn't let me put more than 20 minutes on the clock. Nonetheless, Duchesne has it again. He has 2 goals in this Alumni game already. Had a couple last year too, so he's just adding to his totals here. That's what he always seemed to do. Now here's Mercer now at the left side. Mercer a shot. David Zapp, another nice save. Still, Cardinals can't get on the board. Cardinals trying now to find that puck at center. It's a pass ahead to Lehan into the skates and now into the middle. Nice move around one. Puck rolled away for the second move. Now, Lehan a one-timer. Oh my goodness, complete whiffed on that puck. He skates off the ice. May have heard it from a couple Cardinal players as well. Here comes Matthew Hornick now. Hornick plays it ahead from Alabaabas. Loose puck taken back by Connor Santos. He gets some cheers from the crowd as he touches the puck, so we might have some family here. And now turns the puck over. Here's Deininger now. Deininger down by the goal line, looking for the pass or a shot in front, blocked away. Connor Combs has it again. Plays it down low. Rasmussen almost a steal in his defensive end. Cardinals trying to get to it. Malabayabas has it at the point. Plays it down low for Owen Finnegan. Finnegan has it. Holds, knocked down, and tried to play it into the middle as he did so. He did. Cardinals can't get to it. Santos trying to clear for the Alumni, and Maxson now has it back behind his cage. William Maxson, 4-year player here for CUA. Only half a semester when I was really able to try and meet the young man. He's a hard-working player, and it did the little things right. So Cardinals missed a player like him. He was a good second-line, first-line player when you needed to. He fit a lot of different places around the lineup and did his part. Now Foster almost a steal in the O-zone. Cardinals trying to find that bouncing puck. Deininger plays it across. Finnegan leaves it for Malabayabas at center. And Brendan Scott one of the Alumni players able to lift his stick and clear the zone. And here's Matthew Hornick. Hornick has it again at center. In over the line by the goal line. He waits, circles the cage, looking in front. Hornick trying to settle the bouncing puck. Cardinals trying to get to it. They can't. Loose puck at center. CUA able to get to it. And here's the shot taken, blocked away by Deininger. Now back into the middle. Rasmussen has it. Lets it go. Oh, he just missed the cage. Rasmussen, a good chance in the slot. 4-year player from Phoenix, Arizona. He started playing hockey when he was a senior in high school, and slowly each year got better for the Cardinals. And by the end of his years here as a Cardinal, he was a good, hard-working third-line center. He could lay a body. He could score an occasional goal. Rasmussen, always a strong, hard-working player for CUA during his years here at CUA. And also was an assistant captain last year, too, for the Cardinals. Now pass down low. Here's a shot. Did David Zapp take that away? I believe he may have missed the net, was Deininger, but David Zapp got across with the glove and at least put it up. I thought he made the save. No one reacted like he did, so I didn't believe anybody. Didn't think he got a glove on it, but nonetheless, play continues here. It's still 4-0 in favor of the Alumni. We're going to get the clock up for you now. 17:30 to go here in this second stanza. Here's a shot. Cleared away. It's going to roll all the way down where Caden Van will leave it. He's going to play about 7-ish more minutes or so, and then Daniel Mark will come in for the second half of this game. So here's Joey Henry now on sides. Looking to set up shot. Plays it back down low for McQueenie. He's going to try and get to it. Holding. Elected to play it back down low one more time. Trying to get to it, I believe. Now into the middle, long feet ahead for Jenner, who had to stop for that puck. Trying to get around Desjardins. Jenner, a nice move, but he lost the puck at the last second trying to get it to him. Get it to his stick. And it's cleared all the way out. Back down to Jack Schwarzwater. He's on sides. Has it. Tried to put it through the defender's skates, but he couldn't. And now Jenner has it going the other way. Jenner has it for the Alumni. Has it around one. Waits. Holds. Shoots. Van got a piece. Terenzio now at the right side point. Up from the point. Cardinals able to get to that bouncing puck. 16:25 here to go in the second. Here's Henry trying to get around Dennis Jenneru. Henry, not a hard clear. Gets it ahead to Matthew McQueenie. He was impeded a little bit. Got hooked. What's McQueenie? Play continues in the it's on sides. Here's Duchesne. Duchesne has it. Trying to between the legs pass to Maxson. Got it off too. Maxson just couldn't tuck it home. Nice pass. As here's Jenneru now again. Jenneru holds it. Waits. Jenneru. Dipsy-doos into the high slot. Pass down low. Gets there. They score. What a pass from Jenneru. All the hard work from Jenneru and the payoff, I believe, from one of the defensemen up in the play. Alumni team up 5-0 here with 15:40 to go here in the second period. Jenneru just walked around everybody and waited, took his time. Just toying with everybody on the Cardinals' current team. And he's able to get his, I believe it's the second point of the night. So here's Desjardins. Tried to play it ahead off a stick Zap out of his net to play. It'll push this one around, hoping for, I believe it was Scott for a moment, but he turned it over. And back behind the net is James Gabriel. Comes away with the puck. 15:07 to go here in the second. Gabriel has it, plays it back to Henry. The shot, save made by David Zapp again. Another nice save. Now at the point, trying to get to it. Duchesne comes away with it for the Alumni team. Travis Duchesne has it. Gets around one. Now he's pretty much by the goal line. Takes the shot on Van, trying to go short side. And Van was trying to get a piece of it, but didn't turn his head completely. Now here's another shot taken as he's dumped on the play by James Gabriel. I don't know if he dumped him or if he fell exactly. Not Gabriel's way to do that kind of thing in an Alumni game, but yet again, do we really know? Now, here's a break for Connor Combs in on his friend David Zapp. Combs has it. Dinks, he shoots. Oh, he whiffed on the puck at the last second. It comes back into the slot of shot, and they score. Desjardins with the celly gives it to the Alumni team, and the Cardinals' current team is on the board. Desjardins scores. So Connor Combs with a prime chance. His teammates are able to help him out as Combs couldn't finish it. 14 minutes remaining here in the Alumni game. The current Cardinal team on the board. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a shutout with the way the Cardinals are getting snake bitten with these shots, but rebound shot that David Zapp had no chance on. So if you're counting, it is Connor Desjardins' second goal of the season, if you're counting it as such, as he has one goal on the year. Here's a loose rebound in front of the Cardinals. And try and say, did this go in? I don't believe it did, no. David Zapp able to hold on for a couple nice saves. But Desjardins, like we mentioned, is the second goal of the season. If you're counting, this is supposedly as a goal for the stat sheet, just hypothetically. Desjardins had a nice goal in the Gettysburg game in the East Coast Showdown. I believe he scored the 9th goal. He bought a new stick and ripped a nice shot home. Went bar down, I remember, against Gettysburg. Nice goal for Desjardins. And he gets the Cardinals on the board here in the Alumni game. Now, loose puck at center ice. Deininger trying to get to it for the Cardinals. Deininger has it. Lost the puck in his skates. Gets it back, though. Bouncing puck, trying to settle it. Hornick has it at the point. Now he's back at center. At the reset. Here comes Hornick. Plays it across to Merja. Merja has it. Takes the shot. He whiffed on the puck. This puck hits the safety netting here, but they're just going to regroup and play it at center. Hornick has the puck. Plays it across over to Will Brunner. And Will Brunner's also having himself a solid season as well. Will Brunner with 4 goals, 2 assists on the season. And pretty much the first time, at least in a while here. Here's Neil Cavanaugh now. Hold on, wait a second. Cavanaugh had the puck for a moment. Couldn't get the puck back, though. Scott now whips it down low. Cavanaugh trying to get to it. Loose back behind the cage. Brunner will get to it. And yes, now talking again about Brunner, it's like his finest season last year. You know, his first year, he was getting adjusted to the team. Second year, he had his ankle injury. And now this year, he's been healthy. And game by game, he's turned back into the player he was becoming his freshman year. A big body player who could lay checks and score goals at the same time when you needed him to. And Brunner has done that for the Cardinals. Physicality, he can score, plays defense, always plays hard on every shift. And Brenner's been a welcome addition. Now here's Foster with a step, trying to get around Schwarzwater. Foster still has the puck, and trying to get it around one, he still has it. Deeks, backhander, oh, he missed the cage completely. Foster just shaking his head as he had a prime chance, a couple chances, and he couldn't tuck it home. Looks like Van's going to head to the bench here. Daniel Mark will take his place. As here's a long feed up ahead for Schwarzwater. He couldn't tuck it home. But Daniel Mark now in net, native of Flemington, New Jersey. 3-6-1 record, a .902 save, 3.45 goals against average. Mark's had himself another good year. A couple big wins, too. He joined me in the broadcast booth as well, something we had been planning for a couple years. Daniel Mark made his broadcasting debut on Valentine's Day last week. And good to have him in the booth for his insight as well. But also a fine goaltender for the Cardinals. Shootout victory for CUA earlier this year. In late January, as Mark made all 3 saves in the shootout to win it for CUA. He also just played a great game as well. Both goalies played a great game. And that Seawick and Daniel Mark. Now here's a pass to Lehan, the shot. Rebound loose. Mark trying to find it. Lehan trying to get to it as Lehan plays it back out towards the point. A quick shot. Deflects high in the air. Duchesne still has it in the ozone. Duchesne back down low to Generu. Generu has it by the left side goal line. Looks like he's looking to Nick Lehan. He gets it to him. Backhander shot. Save made Mark. Rebound, another shot. Mark can't cover as Lehan comes to him and gives him a pat on the head. So they were also teammates, not only as Cardinals, but they were also teammates in high school. They played at Morris Catholic High School together for a couple seasons, and they also played not only ice hockey teammates, but I believe they were also lacrosse teammates, at least for one season as well. So their relationship as friends and teammates goes back a long ways, and here's a deflection goal, and the Shedeur Sanders Selly again for Nolan Scott. Second goal for the current Cardinals team. Nolan Scott scores. So, fatigue may be getting in the way for the Alumni team. Hunched over and all sitting on the bench. All the current Cardinals players are standing, as you can see. So, maybe the Cardinals are trying to take advantage now. Nolan Scott scores, not officially, but it would be his 10th goal of the season. Scott's had a better year. I was looking at the stats from last season. It said he only had 6 points on the year. I found that hard to believe. I don't think he was really snake bitten that much, but if that is true, then he has been a spectacular player for the Cardinals this year. Like Will Brunner, he brings a lot of skill, he brings a lot of physicality, and he skates hard on every shift. He's like a bull in a china shop, always raging at you and always looking for that aggressive play and a goal. He's also, like I've mentioned to him as well, a former Flyer, Gary Dornhofer, always parked in front of the net looking for those greasy goals. And he scored a lot of them this year, and he scores one of the Alumni game as well. So some things never change. Here's Owen Finnegan now. Finnegan a shot, deflects, and David Zapp able to get a piece of that directed to the corner. 8 minutes remaining here. Alumni have an open lane. Generu had Lehan up ahead for a stretch pass, but here comes Generu trying to do it himself. He has it at center. Generu with a lot of speed. Couldn't get it to go, but it bounced to Lehan, who takes the shot, deflects, into the corner. Trying to get to it again as we've got overrated chance, or taunting chance on Dennis Generu, and he's just going to put his head down and work. Stuff he always did. He's battling for that puck. Dottinger plays it away from him, and here's a shot in on Daniel Mark, and he's able to hold the post and make the save. So Finnegan has it behind his cage. 7:30 to go, and he'll start up. Finnegan with speed. Lost the puck for a moment, gets it back, has it. Bodied by Brendan Scott a little bit as he holds his head as well. And now trying to clear is Liam Maxson, has the puck, lost it. Loose puck at center. It's a 2-on. It was a 2-on-1, but too slow to get to it. And now Hornick has it for the current team back behind his cage. Hornick pirouettes around Liam Maxson. Nice move. Here comes Hornick with 7 minutes to go in the second. Hornick, a shot. Deflected into the corner. He'll chase after it. Hornick back behind his net, looking to Michigan perhaps, but puck bounced away or couldn't get it to couldn't raise the puck as he wanted to. Plays it down low, I believe to Finnegan. Nice toe drag move. Has it between his legs. Tried to play it in front. Taken back by the Alumni. They're trying to clear. It's still loose. Rasmussen has it. He'll step up in the play, trying to clear for the Alumni squad. 5-2 the score, 6:30 to go in the second period. As it's still loose, Cardinals have it. They're trying to make a comeback here. 5-2, one more goal and say, hey, don't go away just yet. Alumni are in trouble. And the more that we play, we can see that they really are getting tired. Current Cardinal team in shape. Obviously, they have a game on Thursday in the playoffs, and they've been playing all season, so they're ready to rock and roll. It's the Cardinals, that could be offsides. They're saying it's offsides. Henry is still playing. Down low it goes, and they're trying to tuck on it on David Zapp. Just can't that time. Loose comes back out the center anyway, so we don't have to call Toronto or anything to try and see if it was offsides or if we'll have a challenge from one of the coaches here. But comes back out into the Cardinals' defensive zone. Desjardins pass up ahead to Combs. Zapp comes out of his net to play it, and taken back by Malabayabis, adds it at the right side dot. Shoots it. Oh, David Zapp with the save. I thought it went in for a second. Nice shot from the sophomore. He couldn't tuck it home for his first goal. Now loose. Rasmussen and Henry body along the wall. 5:20 to go here in the second period. Now, funny story about that. Joey Henry actually has one of Rasmussen's extra hockey bags from an incident that happened last year where one of the bags fell out onto the highway, and we had to get a replacement bag for Joey Henry. So Rasmussen was nice enough to give it to Joey Henry. It's an interesting story I thought of when the two players came together here. Only played together for a season, but had a lot of fun times last year. Here's a shot from the slot by Jackson Schwarzwater. He missed the cage. And the Alumni are able to get it back out. Foster will chase after it. He is tired. Mark calls for icing. You're not going to get it. You're just going to play it here. As here's Henry back behind his net. 4:30 to go in the second period. Henry long feet up ahead to Brunner. David Zapp out of his net to play this one. Back out towards the point. Schwarzwater, more or less the face-off dot. Or where the dot was, and now taken back by the Alumni. Foster plays it up ahead to Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh trying to shoot this one into the zone. Hornick knocked it away. Still loose at center. Terenzio gives it to Foster, who tried to give it back to Terenzio. Neither player had it, so Finnegan will get to it for the current squad and clear out. Finnegan has it. Tried to dipsy-do around one. Gets it to Schwarzwater. He holds. He waits into the slot. Takes the shot. David Zapp, another nice save off the blocker. 5-2 with 3:50 to go and counting in this second period. Cardinals taking their time here, getting the next play going. So 3:30 to go here in this second period. Alumni trying to get to it. They will. Here's Duchesne. Try to get around Merja. Nice stick, and here comes Merja. Oh, he had his high stick into the face of Merja by Lehan, and not sure if that was on purpose or accidentally on purpose. And here come the Alumni again. Generu has it. Loose puck again at center. Trying to get to it. Duchesne, he will. Duchesne plays it ahead for Lehan with a step perhaps, but he can't get to it. Nick Lehan's current hockey endeavors involve coaching right now, but he said he hasn't been on the ice since last year's Alumni game, so it's been quite some time. As here's Lehan back behind the Cardinal net, tried to center it. Still loose back behind the net, trying to get to it. Finnegan will for the Cardinals. And it's a turnover in front. Duchesne scores. Oh, my goodness. Finnegan tried to play it and hit off the skate of Mark and into the back of the net. Oh, it's similar to the Steve Smith goal in the Stanley Cup Final in 1986, I believe it was. Just for the Alumni game. That'll count for the Alumni. Cardinals' current team was trying to make a comeback, and Mark lets that one up. Finnegan played it into his own net. So 6-2 the score. 2 minutes remaining here in the Alumni game in the second period. Now the current Cardinals team has some work to do. As of now, this would be the lowest scoring Alumni game we had. Last year, I believe it was 12-9, 12-8, something of that nature. And now we have a step the other way. Duchesne and Generu, 2-on-1. Duchesne has it. Pass across Generu. He has it. Tried to tuck it home. Mark the save. A second save from Mark. Another shot, and that went in the net. Oh, my goodness. Generu scores. 2 great saves from Mark, and Generu now, he scores. 7-2 the score. As soon as I said that, we had a goal. So, hey, if you're on FanDuel or anything and you can find a live money line or a live over or under, then might as well take it. Take the over. I think it's going to continue. So Mark is saying it was a save. That puck did cross the line. It did. The third shot went over him and into the back of the net. It was a goal with 1:15 to go here. Now, live over-under has changed to about 12, 11.5. So, yeah, take it. Take what you'd like. I would take the over if I were you. Just wait and see how this third period transpires. Like, trust me, maybe put $5, $10 on it. So, we'll see how that goes. Under a minute to go here in the second. McQuinny, a long feet up ahead to Deininger. He's got it. Deininger with a step. Deininger tried to leave it for the trailer, and he couldn't get to it as it was loose. But no one was able to get to it from that pass. 45 seconds to go in the second. At the line, the Cardinals turn it over. Hornick now skates away from one at center ice. Have the third period right after this, so no ice cut. Gonna do a straight shot. Here's a long ripper that goes all the way and kept in the ozone. apparently. So Scott has it down by the right side line. Scott holds, waits, and tried to play it, but it's intercepted by Duchesne, who gives off the General with a lot of speed. Trying to gun him down was Desjardins, and it rolls in on goal. Mark the save, rebound, Duchesne scores. Two old teammates getting it done again, and not the first time. That's going to do it for the second period. Cardinals down, wow, now by 7. 9-2, I believe the score is after 2 periods of play. And now, see, should have taken the line when I told you to. Excuse me, 10 goals on the day so far. 8-2 after 2. We'll be back for the third. We're back for the third period of the Alumni game. Alumni up 8-2. 15 seconds gone by in the last frame. Cardinals looking for some offense here as Dininger is robbed by David Zapp again. That's plenty of great saves. Dininger now battling back behind the cage, looking for it. Marked by Scott, trying to get to it. In front, Nick Lehan gives a little cross check to the back of Connor Combs as they wrestle in front. And the Alumni now take the puck back. Travis Duchesne has it. And yes, Duchesne and Jennery were teammates for 2 seasons here. They said it would have been 3 if not for the COVID season that occurred in 2021. So as they said, it would have been one of the best teams Catholic has ever had. And I could believe it with those 2 players on that squad. Unfortunately, didn't happen. But still had 2 seasons together. Still 2 of the greatest players that they've had in team history here. And good to see them on the line together once again. This puck is played up ahead. Back at the right side. Jennery has it, cuts in, dropped it, I believe, for Lehan. He's taken off the puck. Hornick now plays it up the right side wall. Over to Merja. Now off a skate. Now it goes to Schwarzwater. He has it, waits, holds it, takes the shot, Zapp to save again, and taken back, I believe, by Brendan Scott. Plays it up to Nick Lehan, and now into the skates of Maxon. He has it. Maxon holds, rips it, and he missed the net. 20:12 to go here in the third period. We'll start the clock as soon as it hits 20 minutes here. 8-2 the score. McQueenie tried to dig the puck free out of the skates a couple players here, but it rolls back to the Alumni, and they'll try and clear out. Up ahead, Raz has a step. Rasmussen, backhander. Oh, we had Mark beat perhaps. I think maybe he got a poke check on that too, and it's cleared all the way back out towards the point. Santos trying to clear. He's taken back. Here's room for Nolan Scott. Rolling on in. This Scott, he scores! What a goal from Nolan Scott. The Tiger Williams ride the stick Selly. And the Cardinals have scored. What a shot from Nolan Scott. And Scott's got a great shot, I have to say. I feel like we don't see enough of his shot because of the way he plays. He's always in front, and you don't see him rip a lot of quick, big wind-ups or a lot of big room and a lot of room when he shoots that puck. It always seems like it's deflections or it bounces in off him, and you don't see a lot of times when he really uses his shot. But he has a good shot, and he demonstrated it right there. So, Cardinals get one back, 8-3 the score. This puck rolls back to Nolan Scott again. Scott trying to play it around. He was looking for a step. He couldn't get it. And now it's the Alumni with time and space back behind, or now at the by the faceoff dot at the right side. Trying to clear. Scott gets to it again. He's roaring on in. Is Scott. Has it at the left side. Trying to cut around Santos. He couldn't. Now loose in the slot. Again a shot. That's blocked. Santos up ahead for Maxon. Maxon had the puck bounce off him. Plays it up ahead again. Trying to get to it. And it rolls back to Liam Maxon in the defensive zone. Looking for space and turned it over. Poor pass. Here comes Merja. Merja now. A good defensive stick from Maxon to take that away, but they still can't clear. Here's Finnegan on the forehand. Backdoor pass. It hit off the crossbar and didn't go in. Merja with a beautiful setup for Finnegan, but he couldn't tuck it home. Here's Terenzio now. Oh, nice move to get some space back behind the net. Terenzio has it and able to play it up to Connor Santos. Santos back to Terenzio. It's blocked by Joey Henry. Henry trying to get to it. He'll play it back out in the high slot. Taken by Desjardins. The shot. Another save by David Zapp. Finnegan has it again. Holds it. Waits. Finnegan plays it back out to Connor Desjardins. Around one. Henry now. Could have easily been a penalty. Looked like Santos grabbed Desjardins' face mask or helmet cage, and no, not going to have any penalty called for that. Alumni get a free clear, too. At 17:25 to go here in the third. 8-3 the score. Here comes Connor Desjardins again. Desjardins trying to get around Terenzio. He does, but he missed the net on the backhander shot. Here comes Joey Henry now. Henry around one. Pirouette around Terenzio, but he lost the puck. And Jacob Foster trying to clear. Foster gets it back and knocked Weidenkamp down in doing so. Foster up ahead, hoping for Brendan Scott, Haven't mentioned that yet. Just for the viewers who are unsure, but they are related. Brendan Scott and Nolan Scott are brothers, but here's a nice move from Jackson Shoreswater, but a better save off the blocker of David Zapp. Wow, what a save again. And here's Brendan Scott. They dumped Owen Finnegan back behind the cage, and there's a loose puck for Neil Kavanaugh was shot, and Mark took that away with the glove save. A lot of back and forth action here in this third period. 15:29 to go in the third period. But yes, like we were mentioning here, Nolan Scott and Brendan Scott are related. They're brothers. Brendan Scott, the senior, the older one. 2 years his senior, excuse me, is what I was trying to say. Nolan Scott is a senior. Brendan Scott played 4 years here, also played lacrosse for the men's team as well. Same for Nolan Scott. He played 2 years for the men's lacrosse team, and then he made the transition over to hockey. He's been here. It's his second year as a Cardinal player. Never played together as a Cardinal, unfortunately. And here's a loose rebound shot, and Mark is able to get to that as well. But yes, they were never teammates together on Catholic, or as Catholic, as teammates. And here's a deflection by Nick Lehan. I think he got a stick on it. And it's 9-3 in favor of the Alumni team. I remember what I was saying. I think the over-under was at 11.5. Hey, if you took it, you're a winner. It's a good job. If you put money on that. 15:30 to go here in the third period. But yes, again, going back to the Scott brothers, Scott being the centerman and Brendan Scott being the defenseman. That's how they were kind of like a dynamic duo in some respects when they played in youth hockey together out in southern New Jersey. But good to see the brothers facing off again. And here comes Duchesne. Duchesne has it the right side. Played it into the middle. It was blocked away. Losing his edge, I believe, was Greg Malabayabas in the defensive zone. And McQueenie now, I thought he caught a stick up high. Gets around from Duchesne with a nice move. Plays it up ahead for Malabayabas. Gets to Connor Combs. Combs has it and dig it out of his own feet. Chasing after Santos. Tried to take a run at him too, but he was written off the puck. They're chirping each other going back up the length of the ice here. Here's McQueenie back in his defensive zone. Looking for space. McQueenie around one. Has it through center. Holds it. Gets around it. Had the puck knocked off his stick. And Jenneru now will retreat in front of his net and start up. 14:25 to go in the third. Jenneru has it. He waits. Holds. Nice move. Gets it back. And he lost it in his feet. Took the shot. I believe he missed the net. Hit the side of the cage with 14:10 to go here in the third. Now another shot, backhander. I believe that was from Lehan. He made the save. A couple former captains playing today as well. As far as I know, there could be more. But we have two. Connor Santos, the captain in the 23-24 season. Three. Dennis Jenneru also wore the C at one point as a Cardinal. He wore it for one season. I think he wore it in 21-22. Connor Santos wore it in 23-24. And last year, Nick Lehan wore it. 24-25 season. Lehan's best year, production-wise, came in the 23-24 season. He was on that power play unit that was lethal with Nick Lehan and Dennis Jenneru and Matthew Hornick and Connor Santos all on a power play. And Jackson Shoreswater, I believe, was the fifth man. Sometimes he rotated in. Unbelievable power play unit, the way they could pass that puck. So some of those guys doing it again today, not on a power play, but just setting each other up with Duchesne and Jenneru. And good to see some former players back and doing their thing once again. Loose puck again, comes back behind the cage. Deininger up ahead. McQueenie gets it up ahead for Henry. Zapp out of his net to play it. 12:56 to go. Zapp played it away, and he's hooked. And with a loose puck in front, they missed the net was Gabriel. So David Zapp was hooked as he let the pass go, and an open net either way, and they still couldn't hit it. Here's McQueenie sidestepping around one, taking the shot. Save made by David Zapp. Here's Terenzio, plays it up ahead. I believe that's Brendan Scott. Had the puck lost in his feet, trying to get to it. Now he's in the O zone, practically by himself. Plays it into the middle. McQueenie back up ahead to Deininger, and back up ahead and once more to Joey Henry. At the face-off die, Henry cuts in, waits, gave it over to Deininger. He couldn't get it. Now, back into the middle, I believe it's Scott up in the play. Scott has it, dropped it once again, pass across, backdoor tip, looking for it, and it missed the net that time. Up from the defense, I believe that's Brendan Scott. plays it back behind the cage. Cardinals' current team trying to get to it. They do. Up ahead to Deininger, trying to get around Jacob Foster. Deininger cutting in. Foster now, once again, doing what he did best, knocking the puck off the player's stick. But they still can't clear, and a shot from the point from David Zapp. Another nice save. Here's Foster. Plays it across. Open man. And we try and chip this one off the boards, trying to get to it. Oh, going for a big hit was Connor Rasmussen. And he took a seat himself as he couldn't get the check to line up the way he wanted to. And now in the O zone for a second with Schwarzwater. Gets the puck back. He may have been offsides, but play will continue here. Foster taken back by Schwarzwater. Drops his stick, was Foster. So Foster's trying to just body Schwarzwater along the boards. He did for the most part. Puck is still bodied along the walls. Foster's doing a good job of keeping it away from Schwarzwater. Now Foster picks up his stick and will try and kill time here in the Alumni squad as Merja took the run at Brendan Scott. And the puck comes free to Deininger, took a shot. That's blocked in the corner. Comes free to Nolan Scott. Scott races in. Kicks the puck back to his skates. Rasmussen has it and cleared all the way down the length of the ice. 10:45 to go here in the third period. 9-3 the score in favor of the Alumni team. Rolls back to Jackson Schwarzwater, looking for time and space. We talked about him earlier. He's been quite a player from Southern New Jersey. Third-year player for the Cardinals, and he's been a great player ever since he stepped onto the ice for CUA. Former AAA player, and his skill has translated to the collegiate level, that's for sure. Here's a shot from the slot, blocked away. Comes back over to Nolan Scott at the right side wall. Marked by Nick Lehan. Scott walks it, takes the shot, blocked it, or tried to get it back. Lehan will get to it. Kavanaugh got in the way, and the Cardinals, or at least the Alumni, can't clear. Now Foster has it. Plays it back down low to Merja. Back in the middle, taken back. Rasmussen with a late check on Frankie Merja along the wall. And Foster now has it, looking for space. Gets around one, and now he'll find the open man at center to Nick Lehan. Lehan has it at center, waiting, holding, gets around one, and he's bodied just enough by McQueenie to free up that puck. And yeah, McQueenie's been another player of improvement this year, too. He's been on the top line at some points for the Cardinals that he has pretty much held and dragged to the ice by Nick Lehan. He still knocks him down, and they are tackled together at center ice as he was ridden off the puck. So, but yes, Matthew McQueenie, yes, he's been an improved player this year for sure. Doesn't let his height or size get in the way of anything. He's been a player to be reckoned with all season. Career high in goals with 7. Had the game-tying goal against CNU. Helped the Cardinals clinch a playoff spot in that game. And here's McQueenie back defensively, trying to hold Duchesne. Duchesne has it. And take it back out of the zone. But yes, McQueenie now, he's been a strong player. Once, like we mentioned, sophomore, from Friendship Heights. There's a nice save from David Zapp. Another shot misses the cage. But yes, just trying to get my thoughts out about McQueenie, but play continues here. But McQueenie, yes, like we mentioned, 7 goals, 6 assists on the season. Always battling in front of that net. The Energizer Bunny is what I call him, or Nathan Gerby comparison, if you know who that is. Former Buffalo Sabre, Columbus Blue Jacket, 5'6" NHL player. Never let his height get in the way of anything. Gerby was just that player that was a pest, and a good player too. So just a comparison of note for our viewers out there. So this puck is played back into the middle. Finnegan has it. Gets around. Oh, he got around Generou. Here comes Finnegan. Finnegan has it, and Generou says, not today, youngster. I'm going to take this puck right back from you. Here comes Generou now. Rolling puck, doesn't matter. Here he comes. Generou has it. Gets the puck. Plays it around. What a move by Generou. And trying to find the open man. Now he does a shot off the crossbar. Oh, Lehan looked like it went in. And did it go in? I didn't think it did. That puck hit the crossbar. Are they signaling that one in? That was not a goal. We'll see if they put it on the board here as a goal either way. Oh, my goodness. The setup, a beautiful move from Generou. Playing that one up in the air. Generou now on his knees back in the defensive zone. Did he lose it? Oh, he's just messing around. 7:20 to go here. 9-3 is still the score as Lehan did not tuck that one home. 7:10 to go here in this third period. Generou now defensively Tried to leave it into the middle for Owen Finnegan. Finnegan has it, gets it back, cuts in, shoots, hit the outside of the cage. Finnegan has it again, put it out in front, nice play. Trying to get to it are the Alumni team to get that puck out of the zone, and Scott did a nice job to do so, and he's got the puck back at his feet. And lost it again at center, back to Finnegan again. Puck comes free, back over to Terenzio at center ice. Remember, he's still looking for a goal, as he said a couple years ago before the first Alumni game that he was going to score on Daniel Mark or on any of the goalies, and well, he hasn't done that yet in any of the games, so maybe he will today, or maybe they'll have to wait for next year. That's your top storyline as of now. Or if the Cardinals can miraculously come back and tie this game at 9. We'll have to wait and see. Here's a pass into the middle, and that is off the mark. Foster now took a bit of a check from Connor Combs. Loose back behind the net, Terenzio controls. Played it back out to Foster. He took a shot, missed the cage. Terenzio controlling, gets it back out towards the point to Foster. Foster has it, took the shot, deflection, loose puck, Terenzio. Oh my goodness, he couldn't get it to go. As he had some words from Mark in front. I don't know how Terenzio didn't put that one in. He had a wide open net, and I think he put it off the pad of Mark. Now, bouncing puck, rolls to David Zapp. He'll make the save. Scott trying to clear. Rolls the ball all the way back out towards the point. Combs plays it back down low. 5:44 to go here in the third. Gabriel circles. He waits. Played it into the middle. It was taken away again. And back to Brendan Scott, who plays this one off the safety netting, but play continues. Gabriel will steal. Gabriel looking for the pass in front to Henry. Couldn't get to it. Foster trying to clear. Rolls back to Schwarzwater. He's got it. Schwarzwater shoots. Pass back door to Henry. He couldn't get to it. Henry tried to clear. Trying to get to it. And now Weidenkampf will play it up to the point to Desjardins, taking the shot deflection, and back over to Henry now with 5 minutes to go here in the third. Henry has it. He waits, holds, and in the middle of the shot, another save by David Zapp. Rolls out to Maxson. He will clear. 4:54 to go here in the third period. It looks like the Alumni are going to skate away with another victory. Then we have 5 minutes to go, and maybe not. A lot of goals, a lot of time left, and we see a lot of goals here, minute by minute practically. And we'll see if there's going to be another one here in the coming moments here. Here's Neil Cavanaugh now with a step. Cavanaugh in his green jersey, one of the old practice jerseys that I believe Coach Will Johnson used to use to designate lines back in the day. So he's still wearing his old line jersey. I think it was called the Green Line, if I'm not mistaken. And loose puck taken back at center. Here's Schwarzwater. Tried to play it to Weidenkampf. He was trying to keep himself on his feet as this puck is floated out through center. 4:10 to go here in the third period. In the postgame, too, we will try and see if Penn State has won today or not. If we have an update, we'll let you know. As this pass in the middle to Henry, he takes the shot. David Zapp the save again. David Zapp doing everything he can today. I was going to ask him, how are you going to play this game? I was asking him, how are you going to play this game today? Are you going to try your best? Or are you going to, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm trying my best. I want the Alumni to win. And yeah, he has. He has been spectacular today. Kind of funny to say that, too. In an Alumni game, he's doing the very best he can. Looking for Henry again on a breakaway, but Henry not able to get to it. At least not net. And now here's a shot. Going to deflect into the safety netting here, and looked like it was coming right towards my way. I ducked out of the way, but I forgot the safety netting was there. It was so clear. My heart jumped for a second, but it continues here. 3:15 to go in the third. And trying to clear now. He does up ahead. Duchesne has it. Tries to get around Male Bayabas. He does, and couldn't get the move off completely, as I believe Mark got a stick on that. Now, played back over to Deininger. Deininger has it. Long feet up ahead. Over to Male Bayabas. Into the feet of a couple of players. Rolled back over to Matthew Hornick. Hornick has it now. He waits. Goes to the forehand. Takes the shot. He scores. Oh, my goodness. What a shot from Hornick. Wow. 2:44 to go here in the third period. That was a ripper from Matthew Hornick. His second goal of the season. If you're counting, he had his first goal against CNU last week against Valentine's Day. And if you're asking, well, that is a little low for him. Well, he was abroad in the first semester. That is part of the reason why he couldn't, or he doesn't have more points per se. And he still is over point per game with 6 points in 5 games. So 2:25 to go here in the third. We'll wrap this one up. We'll have a team picture, and then we'll wrap this one up and get set for playoffs. First time in 2 seasons that the Cardinals will be back in the playoffs. Exciting times as they'll either be the 11th seed or the 12th seed. They'll be the 3rd team from their division to, they are the 3rd team in the playoffs in their division. CNU was the one team that didn't make the playoffs from the Tidewater division, the division the Cardinals are in. But the other teams that made it are William & Mary and the University of Maryland. And, of course, joining them are the Catholic Cardinals. And it could be a rematch, too, for the 3rd time this season. Cardinals could play against UMD for the 3rd time this year in the playoffs. Depending on what happens, we will update you in the post-game report if Penn State has won, or if we know. If we don't know, we don't know. But, well, if we do know, we will fill you in. If we don't know just yet, or when you watch this video, check CUA_ice hockey for updates on Instagram for updates regarding the final, the playoff game. Now here's a shot. Mark with the save, diving across. Beautiful, I believe. I think he got that. Did he not? Yes, he did make that save. That was a beautiful save from Daniel Mark. I couldn't tell from my angle down here, but Mark was able to get a piece of it. Minute 15 to go on the running clock. As they put a little bit more time on the clock. We have about a minute 10. So we'll update that as it goes to a minute. Guess about a minute to go. Big hit at center ice. Comes free to Keegan. Keegan has it. Tried to cut in on goal. Back behind the cage. She battles for it. Rolls back to Generu. Well, this clock has actually stopped at a minute 9, so we're going to leave it at that until the clock runs. Looked like they were getting ready to get the ice ready for the next slot, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, bouncing puck. Trying to get to it are the Cardinals. Desjardins down low. Big save, David Zapp. Tried to tuck it in, or it was on McQueenie, excuse me. McQueenie has it. Tried to get to it. McQueenie has it. Couldn't get to it. Comes free. Able to clear up ahead to Keegan. And, well, he let that puck go right by. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Pass back door, the shot. And I believe Mark, no, was blocked away in front. I believe they hit off the post. Now we've got 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd period. Empty net, and they block it. Oh, Santos with the block on the empty cage. Zapp is now towards the bench. They'll bring it back out to Hornick, and this puck is going to go out of the zone with 47 seconds to go. Now the clock is running, so it's also Nora's last game, too. She's done a lot for this program the last couple of years. And it's her last game, too, as the scorekeeper, so see how she feels. We're going to have a scrap here with 40 seconds left down on the close end of the ice. Closer to me, Scott and Finnegan. Brendan Scott. Another scrap now. You got Connor Combs and Connor Santos. 2 scraps going on at once, folks. We'll see who can win. Santos now pretty much taking care of Connor Combs, or not yet. They're still footing as Brendan Scott took care of Owen Finnegan, and Santos and Combs are now battling on the other side of the ice, and that's just going to about do it. Alumni, 9-4 victors, and 3-0 again. We're 3-0 for their record in the Alumni games. So they're going to have a team photo that I'll try and jump down for. But once again, I wanted to briefly shout out Nora. She has been here and with us for the last couple of seasons, a scorekeeper. She's done a great job at every home game, and we're going to miss having her around. We thank her for everything that she's done, and she's done a great job. We thank her for all her time on social media and putting together posts and updates. She's done a great job, and also scheduling games if she's had to. So we thank her for everything, and we're going to miss her presence around here too. So 9-4 the final score. We back to break it down. 9-4 victors are the Alumni tonight. Well, briefly, we're going to wrap this one up. Cardinals, well, I guess they do lose this one 9-4, but oh no, it was a great day for hockey. Both teams coming together, the alumni, and didn't matter how many players the alumni team had, they still came away with the victory. 9-4. But the season is not over. Cardinals have a playoff game this Thursday. Opponent, well, still to be decided. We are not yet sure. If we're going to check if we can take a look at who won the Penn State game. We're checking live now. Looks like still don't have the information currently, but check CUA_ice hockey for updates for times or when the team will play, as we are not completely sure who won that game as of now. But we will let you know when we find out. Check CUA_ice hockey for updates as always. We'll be back hopefully on Thursday. We're not exactly sure if we're going to be able to call the game, at least myself or WCUA will be able to call the game this coming Thursday. We'll let you know if that is possible and if it happens. And if it does, we will see you then. If not, we'll see you in the near future. Thank you for always tuning in this season. If we'll see you Thursday on the if I'm on the microphone Thursday, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see each other sometime soon. Thank you for tuning in as always. I'm Giuliano Luca. It's great to be with you as always. And always great to be with you to call Catholic Ice Hockey. Well, Alumni win this one 9-4. And as the great Gene Hart would say, as always, good night and good hockey. We'll see you Thursday, hopefully Thursday, in Lynchburg, Virginia. Have a good night, everybody.